Bobby. Hope you're doing well. Let's just start with, you guys are playing Montreal for, I think, a fourth time now. Can you just talk about maybe what this game means to you guys, and if you're maybe have a little bit of a different feeling going in just based on how well you guys have started the season?
Yeah, I think first and foremost it's where we expect to be, and progressing in the Canadian Championship. That's an important thing for our club, and when you progress, you're going to set up games like this. So it just so happens that we keep on meeting each other in these rounds. We've been playing some good football. There's no doubt, but this game is a lot different than what we've been playing. We know the key to these games is not only tactically how good you are, but can you increase your output physically by at least 30%. We have a lot of experience playing in these matches over the years, and we know that's where usually things are. Whether we're talking about total distance, high intensity runs, sprints, all of that fun stuff, plays a difference in these games. So tactically we got to be good, and the energy has to be there, and of course the stadium tomorrow should be able to give us that energy we need.
You mentioned the stadium tomorrow. Obviously it's a unique one with it being the 11 o'clock a.m. game, and having lots of kids from around the local Hamilton area. Just how excited are you guys to maybe play in front of that kind of different atmosphere, and what sorts of different things go into preparing for a game that's early in the morning?
Yeah, it's quite interesting. You don't get too many games at 11 o'clock in the morning at our level. Obviously, this is a unique game that has been set up by our club from a long time ago, and scheduling has pushed this match into that slot. And sometimes I talk to the players about remembering those days when they were young, enjoying themselves, playing for the love and fun of the game as youth players, and maybe we're going back to those roots tomorrow. So maybe we see that energy, that excitement on the pitch, and a lot of the creativity that these guys had growing up and developing in the game. And on the flip side, it's a great opportunity to keep on increasing our exposure in our community, getting out a new bunch of fans. There'll be a lot of young students in the crowd who have been here, but a lot of them who haven't been to this excellent stadium, this excellent venue, to watch us play. And if we can energize them, I think it's only great for Forge, for soccer in Hamilton, and for soccer in this country.
All right. Thanks, Charlie. Next question goes to Neil Davidson. Go ahead, Neil.
Thank you. Hi, Bobby. I hope you're well.
All good, Neil. Thank you.
Obviously, tomorrow, as you mentioned, a unique 11 a.m. start. Just wondering logistically, I'm guessing you're somebody who always gets to the stadium early. What time do you think you'll walk into Tim Hortons Field tomorrow? And also, does your team, is it having a team brunch or team breakfast, team meal before that game?
Yeah, so doesn't change a lot from my plans. I'm usually in here by 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. Each and every day, so I think I'll come in on the same usual time. Difference is you're not preparing for training, you're preparing for this match. Yeah, and then uniquely for the players, we do have the facilities in the stadium here that helps us out that way, and the guys will have breakfast available for those who want to keep with their everyday routine of coming into a home match, because really we're on a schedule of training. With the players coming in the same time they would show up for training every day. So I think that stays pretty consistent for us, and the difference is it's after warm-up and we've got an opponent.
Thank you.
All right. Next question goes over to Christian Jack. Go ahead, Christian.
Thanks, Nico. Bobby, always a pleasure. You mentioned the matches against Montreal over the last few years. How do you remember them, and what's the message to your players to just, you mentioned earlier the advantages and you needed to extend yourself physically, but what do you need to do in those matches, having learned over the last 3 times, to try and get over the line this time, obviously being 2 legs?
Yeah, I think tactically we just need to be sharper. We need to execute a little bit better, and if we look back to playing them last year, and it's a lot different what they were last year, what we are this year, and all that kind of fun stuff, but we know we're at our best when we're executing tactically, when we're finding the spaces we need that each team provides, because it doesn't matter who you play on this planet, they all provide you something. and you need to make sure that you take advantage of that. And I think that's something that's key to the game tomorrow. And we've identified those areas in Montreal, and I'm sure they've done the same thing with us. And it's a matter of doing that. On the flip side, defensively in transitions, making sure we show that energy. One thing we talked to the guys is not too long ago we've played 2 of these matches in Champions Cup on 4 weeks of preparation. So here we're a little bit further down the line when we're talking about the physical components of the game.
I was going to mention that, so it's a perfect segue. The CONCACAF, obviously, you played 2 legs against the top team already. Is that the message, just to remind players that this is not 90 minutes, it's at least 180?
Yeah, 100%. But this one is played at Tim Hortons Field in front of what's going to be an excellent crowd. That's something we need to take advantage of. We need to put ourselves in a very good position for what will come out after this in a few weeks' time at Stade Saputo in Montreal. So something we've done in the past as a club. We've been in these 2-legged affairs quite often. Maybe not all the players, but as an organization, we know that. As a technical team, we know how to navigate it. You just hope it comes out the right way after the first 90 minutes and keeps it a little bit easier for the second 90.
Thanks, Bobby. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Next question goes over to Adam Jenkins. Go ahead, Adam.
Thank you, Nico. Bobby, just the one for me to pick up on the conversation of 2 legs. You've spoken about the atmosphere you're expecting tomorrow, but when you think of CF Montreal coming into this match and the away goals being so important, what type of team are you expecting to face in the morning?
Yeah, I think for them this is an important competition. This is a route to get into Champions Cup for all of us, including them who have a difficult way of doing that through their MLS competition. So this one is a much shorter route there. So you expect a Montreal team to be very serious, to come out here and try and impose themselves on the game. Whether they've played a few days ago and that plays any role in it, I don't think that really does. These cup competitions are special. They're different. I think they bring out the best in the players, and I think they'll bring out the best in Montreal tomorrow, and the same thing with Forge. And I think that's what makes these games exciting. And to be honest, although we're a coach and we're on the sidelines, it's what excites me as well. These are the games you want to be playing in. You want to be playing playoff football. You want to be playing in cup competitions as further along as you can go. And the better the competition, the more excited we get, and I think our players get up for these games.
And with the away goals being involved, is there subtle differences you try to implement, or is it as simple from your perspective as if you're executing the game plan that you want to, that your offense can take care of defense and defense can take care of offense?
We're at our best when we play our football. When we deviate from that, when we try and do a lot of different things, I think we get ourselves into problems. So I think first and foremost, that has to be our mentality. We have to play our football. Then the game brings out different situations that you prepare for. You prepare the guys for, and if you do that correctly, then hopefully you've got the right result you want in your order. But you can't go out there always with the back of your mind thinking about goals against and different things like this. We have to go out there and play football because whether away goals count or not, the goal is to make sure one doesn't go in our net and a few go in theirs.
Thank you, Bobby.
Next question goes to Brianne Foley. Go ahead, Brianne.
Hey, Bobby, hope you're well. Just one for me here. You touched a little bit about the guys going back to their roots of enjoying the game in this early start. I guess how much energy does the younger players like Chris bring to this and give you a different look against Montreal?
Well, I think it's for a lot of our players, they've played in these types of matches over the years and this year, and for others it's their first time playing in the Canadian Championship a little bit further on in these rounds. So I think for everyone it's a different level of excitement. It's a target we have as a club. There's 3 trophies up for grabs for us this year. So we want to make sure we're competing and we're doing our best to lift one of those, and this is one of them. So I think that alone brings out the motivation that you need in the players, and especially in our group. They're a highly motivated team, and when it comes to playing for championships, playing for trophies, that's one thing we know, and it's something that we've built over the years. So, whether it's the younger guys or the guys who have been here for 6 years, I think that that exists throughout our locker room.
Awesome. Thank you, Bobby.
Thank you.
Next question goes over to Mackenzie Barwell. Go ahead, Mackenzie.
Awesome. Thank you, Nico. I want to continue the conversation on this quarterfinal round being a two-legged affair. Tomorrow, of course, promises to be an exciting one with 11,000 plus kids coming out. But what do you see being some of the pros and cons that come with opening two legs at home and closing at Stade Saputo?
Yeah, always. When you play the first game, there are different results can come up, and it allows for specific adjustments in the second game. In the first game, we obviously want to go out and win. We want to do the right things. But when you have the second leg at home, everything is a little bit more targeted. Everything is specific. Nothing is left open. It's very concrete. It's 90 minutes that you don't get back. Here we're going to play 90 minutes, and there's still another 90, whichever way the game goes. So nothing is done after this first match. The important thing about it is we host this first match here. We host it in our stadium where we play some of our best football in front of our fans, and that's what we expect from the guys tomorrow.
Thank you.
And then last question goes over to Steve Milton. Go ahead, Steve.
Hey, Bobby. I know you don't like to talk about opposition players, but I wonder if you could make an exception on this case just because of the situation of the Chouanières playing. Mathieu is leading that team in assists. David is finally healthy and having a lights out kind of season. It's pretty amazing, those two guys, right? And then now playing each other for the third straight year.
Yeah, as a coach, I'd like to have the Chouanière brothers on my team. I think that's the easiest answer I could give. One in
Right.
the midfield, passing to the other one up front. A little bit of
Yeah.
a goal-assist combination. They're both excellent players. Obviously, David I know very well from being here, but I know Matthew as well, and they both have the same great mentality, work ethic on the field, both on and off the ball, and they're a pleasure for Canadian soccer fans to watch and what they bring. So, yeah, definitely as a coach, I'd like to have both of them on my team.
And I guess Montreal's got a couple of guys. The first guy actually to graduate from to be sold to a MLS team from the CPL, and Joel, and the goalkeeper as well. Speak well for your league when you see a team like that, two CPL guys.
Yeah, of course. I think that's the idea. Players play in the CPL, do well, and keep on moving on until you get to Real Madrid. That's always the idea for everyone. So I don't think we need that as just its own evidence. There's a lot of it across the league, and the caliber keeps on getting better, and the players keep on getting better. But it's always great to see some of these guys that have played in the league now playing beyond the CPL. So it's always good to see them out there on the pitch.
Great, thanks, Bobby.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steve. And that's all the questions we have for today. Thank you for joining.
All right, thanks everyone.